Hello and welcome to Rate That, the podcast where four mates are attempting to expand their horizons by trying out each other's recommendations. Each episode, one of us suggests a task to the rest of the group to try something they truly enjoy. We then get together to discuss our potentially friendship-ending opinions on something that is often very meaningful to a member of the group. Last time it was my turn, and I chose the cross-platform party royale game, Fall Guys, where you play as a bean-shaped character against 40 other players online, navigating various obstacle courses, races, and elimination games in order to win an elusive crown.
Tom, what's that? Oh, that's a phone. What's that black thing just hovering behind you?
Belland.
All right then. So this is a game I've played a lot with a lot of people at parties. When I say parties, gatherings. Who had played it before, or were you all new to it when I recommended it?
I think I'd played it once, maybe twice at someone else's house when they stuck it on.
I'd played it loads before, to be fair.
I was brand new to it.
Okay.
So if anything, this is actually really good because all of us are coming at it from completely different
Different angles.
Yeah. All right. So go then, Kai. So someone who's never heard of it before, what did you think?
Well, a couple of things. I hate you, for one. I mean, I loved it. Obviously, it's quite fun. It's colourful. It's great. I love the fact that you can play. You're playing online with all these other people, and on top of that, it's free, which is great. But my blood pressure has never been so high. Like the amount of times I've come so close to winning, and then either a stupid mistake or like someone grabs you and holds you, then you die, so you don't get to win. All of those type of things, it's so infuriating. But it's so addictive. It's genuinely like smoking. It's so addictive. You just want to keep going. Like we all just played it just before we hit record, and we said, okay, we'll just have a couple of games. We've just been playing for an hour and a half. This can't stop. It's great. I loved it.
Yeah, I also still have my Switch on with the game loaded up. I'll probably play another 5-6 games when we stop recording. Easily.
So obviously, I'd played it like a lot, probably the same amount as you, Tom. So when you said it, I was like, this is a risky one because I'm going in there kind of rating it, but every level I played for the purpose of this podcast just drastically changed that feeling. There's a point here where I've written, sometimes I fucking hate this game. Seriously, fuck this game. This game's a fucking piss take. Such a simple idea, but it's really pissing me off.
You know what's kind of similar to, if you think about it, it's kind of like a 3D version of Little Big Planet-ish. It's got a similar type of vibe.
Similar. It's a cartoon version of Takeshi's Castle that used to be on like Bravo or whatever it is. Like, obviously, that was with people getting smashed about.
Or Total Wipeout.
Yeah. Look, it's a fun game. I find it funny when you watch people playing it. So when you get eliminated, if you carry on spectating, you see everyone else take part. Like, and it's funny watching them get dicked over, or like they miss a jump and they go flying. like if that happened to me, I'd be wanting to punch the screen. But watching it happen to them go flying across the map, you're just greasing because it is really funny to watch.
So I've been playing video games since the Master System era. So for a very, very, very long time. And I don't claim to be brilliant at games, but I find with this game that doesn't matter. It's so simple of just run and gun, jump and hope that you qualify through to the next round.
Yeah, I think we gathered from the last episode that I'm not very good at video games. And I loaded this game up and I played the first game, and full context, the object of the game is to be the last one standing in your group to win a crown. And the first game I played, I got through to the final round and I thought, this is going to be well easy. This is so easy. I'm going to get a crown and I'm going to show them. I'm going to come back on this pod and I'm going to be like, yeah, I got like 7 crowns. It's impossible. It's literally impossible to get a crown. That last level, is pure luck, and I tense up and I start sweating every time I get through to that last level. And it's always like on the first one out on that
I
last
think
level.
that is an annoying part. A part of the game is the fact that like there is an element of skill and timing involved when you're playing it, but it can be pure like some of them fans. If you hit one of them fans, it can send you flying in a direction that completes the level for you, and you're done. With these walls that come up and down, I've seen people just literally cruise through it. I've hit every wall, just face planted everywhere, and they're just cruising through like they don't even exist. And it's just pure like some of it is pure luck. I think like timing and luck in this game are definitely everything, especially when you get to those later levels. Because even though you said it's like fun, and to me, I don't know, like there's a lot of tension when you take it seriously, which I unfortunately always was, because when I'm gaming, I just want to win. I just want to win. So I don't know how healthy these games are for me, because every time it loaded up, I was like, "Fuck this! This crown's mine."
The issue is that your blood pressure and anger levels are, for a normal person, just day to day, they're already elevated. So then add on top of that a game like this, yeah. When someone like, for example, Ben, who's generally quite a mellow person, yeah, is getting annoyed.
Oh, I'm so angry at this game.
Yeah, not ideal.
I think as well, I had played it before quite a bit, but then I'd not played it for a while. Going back to it, if you know the levels, you have kind of have a strategy of how to get through the level. But coming back to it, I didn't have a clue about some of these levels. I was like, what the hell is happening? And there was at least twice where I got to that final crown stage, but I didn't have a clue what I was doing. So I'd literally just be like, what's about to, and then I'd get smacked with something and pushed into some water, or some dude would just like run past me and like get in my way. I mean, that's one of the that's another thing that in this game is just like infuriating. Other people playing this game is the fucking worst. Like getting in my way, holding on to me, just fucking move, man. And it could be like some 6-year-old kid having a really great time, and then they have no idea that on the other end is a 34-year-old bloke going, "You bastard!"
But I think that's part of the beauty of it, is that it is just so simple. You can pick it up quite easily. If you want to invest loads of time in it and learn all the strategies and learn all of the different routes, then, you can do that. Or if you just want to pick up a video game to just blast for like an hour and a half, like we just did, I think it's the perfect type of game for it.
I think you're right, because the thing is like when you play a COD, for example, like Warzone or Last of Us. Like Last of Us, you can't, like, that's one of my favorite games of all time. It's not a game that you just pick up because it's so story driven.
Yeah.
A Warzone, really and truly, if you're semi-decent at Warzone, you need to dedicate at least an hour per game, really, unless you're terrible, and which we are, so we could just blast through like about 10 goes games in like an hour.
But even then, it takes half an hour just to find a lobby to put you in.
Exactly. So, but then with this, like, what's really good is that you can, like you said, you can just pick it up. You don't really have to think. Like 9 times out of 10, it's like just get to the finish line.
Yeah. I will say on that, like the first, I think out of the first 5 times I played it, I think I had the same course for the first level 3 or 4 times. And I was a bit like, oh, okay, is this just the first level every time? But it has, since then, it has got a lot more random. And I've just realized today that you can build your own levels and submit them, which I thought is a very good addition to this game.
Yeah, which we just played and was fucking psychopathic.
Yeah, I mean, there should be some way where you submit it, and it has to, like, someone has at the headquarters of this game has to play it and make sure it is possible to complete the level and approve it, and then let everyone else play it.
But I started writing down the most annoying ones.
Oh, the most annoying ones for me were, oh man, the one where you have to jump through the rings. Oh, I can't do that.
That's literally the top one. I fucking hated the jump through hoops level because I was ass at it. But like, stay in the spotlight, pain in the arse. Speed slider was easily the most fun level to play. And I don't actually remember what that one was, but I assume it's just loads of them slip and slide things.
Yeah.
Spinning beam game is the most annoying shit bastard game ever. And one of the best ones was the Bean Hill Zone, which is just Sonic.
And that football game we just played was quite good fun, though.
That was a lot of fun.
We all had a good laugh whilst we were playing that. I was going to say that's another thing I like about it is that like there's a bunch of stuff that you can play as a solo player, but if you can get enough people together, there's a whole other like depth. Well, I say depth. There's not a lot of depth to this game. There's a whole other sort of level of levels.
Hey, you can unlock outfits and stuff.
That's true. You can unlock a SpongeBob outfit if you so wish.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so close to spanking 10 quid just then on a Patrick Star bit.
When you see like a Patrick Star run past you on the level or a Ninja Turtle just in front of you, they were hilarious.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
Then there's all sorts as well. Like I've seen wrestlers. There's been Sonic characters, Assassin's Creed.
I was very close to spending money on the Mankind one.
You think about the money they must be making on it just from things like people buying Mankind or SpongeBob. Like,
I don't blame them.
But that's what I mean. It's like that. It's crazy when you think about. They must be making some good dough off of it to keep it as a viable thing.
Yeah, I'm actually going to run to the loo because I'm going to wet myself. Keep that in.
First mid-podcast piss.
Ben just come off camera. What? I thought that was some person standing in the corner in his room. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's like, that's terrifying.
What's wrong with your eyes, Kai? You're seeing all sorts of weird stuff today.
I don't know, man. I haven't got my glasses on. I'm like quite tired today. It's been a long week. Anyway, the only problem I think sometimes with these type of games is like, for me anyway, if I've got them there, I'll always opt to play them instead of like a more story-driven game, which, you know, someone's spent fucking ages designing and putting all these like characters in and all this depth, like Last of Us, yeah. Like I'll always kind of think, oh, I'm never in the mood to. It's like you know when you're watching something on Netflix, yeah, you kind of think, I don't want to start anything too heavy now. I'll just whack Rick and Morty on. Well, actually, I know you would, Tom. The other two, not.
Definitely not.
There's an argument that it would destroy bigger games because people would opt to play that instead. What I'm trying to do here is spark an in-depth conversation about this game, like which is deeper than it's colourful.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, totally.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, because it's so easy.
I think it depends on your preference as a gamer as well, though. Like, I understand what you mean, like in terms of like these are quick and easy access for certain people. A game like this for me is like a quick in between game for something like Call of Duty, Metal Gear Solid, whatever it is. I know that I'm going to probably commit myself to that for about probably 3 hours. I know that that's going to happen. So I suppose it depends on what time of day or what kind of gaming mood you're in. Like, if I just want a quick dabble on a game and I've got some like 10, 15 minutes to kill, I'd probably boot this up.
But the other issue is then, I guess, is that if you're committing to this for 10, 15 minutes, you're committing for 10 to 15 minutes of absolute infuriating, like
that. Yeah, that is an issue.
This is like 10 minutes, 15 minutes of just excruciating anger.
Absolute agony.
You guys are all saying that though, having never reached the crown, and I can tell you now that when you reach those dizzying heights, there is a endorphin hit that you cannot imagine. It is like, oh my god, I've done it! I've finally cracked it! I've actually completed it. I reckon I can do it again, and then you never do it again. But I do hear your point. I always make sure that Fall Guys is updated on my PS5 because when I go to install Spider-Man 2, for example, it goes, okay, got to copy the disc over. That's going to take 2 hours. And then there's a 2 terabyte update. So we're going to have to download that as well. So I'm like, okay, well, I can have a quick rinse of Fall Guys whilst the PS5 works out what it's doing with my next game.
It's kind of one of those things because now that I've got it downloaded, yeah, like I know I've got 2 games I need to play, and I've had them on the shelf for a year, and I haven't played them. And the issue I have now is that I'm now, if I fancy a game, I'm going to put that off even further now because I've got this on there.
The thing about this game is like as well that I've found the solo that we've just been doing for the first couple of weeks while we were leading up to this was infuriating. It pissed me off. There was loads of things I hated about it, but loads of things I loved about it. It was one of those I loved to hate this game. But then when we all just played together, then it's completely different. It's way more fun because you can laugh at your friends. You know, they're doing stuff that makes you laugh. I'm doing stupid shit. You know, instead of the rage being inwards towards myself, it can be directed to one of you for being shit. Like,
Usually me. But it is kind of a social thing as well. Like you've said it, Tom. Like you put it on at house parties and stuff. Like you can whack it on. People who aren't big video game people can pick it up because there's 3 buttons.
Yeah.
You run forward, you jump, you dive, and you can grab hold of people. And my partner is not a gamer at all, and she's picked it up. She's played with me. You know, it's a game that anyone can play, and you can put it on at a house party and pass the controller around, or get a squad going with 2 or 3 controllers, and it is something you can do that, and I'm sure it'll be a hit if you did that.
Absolutely.
Exactly how I played it before.
I'm just gonna put it out there that I would not go to a party.
No, you're not going to the
party.
party to play Fall Guys. If you're at a house party and it's on, you'd pick up the controller and play it for 5 minutes while you have a beer, wouldn't you?
yeah, I think you would. If someone went, "Do you want to come to a party where we're just playing Fall Guys?" Then I'd probably like, "Nah, probably not, mate."
No.
I'll see you online.
If it's on in the living room and people are having a go, you'll pick it up and you'll have a go.
One time I put it on at mate's house. His girlfriend, who's not a big gamer at all, was like, "Oh, I don't want to play. And we were like, no, go on. It's really straightforward. It's really easy. If you like Mario Kart, if you like Mario games, like this is the perfect type of game to play." We then watched her get down to like the final 3. And her boyfriend, who's a massive gamer, was just sat there watching, going, "How are you doing this? How have you got this far?" Anyway, she didn't win in the end, but she was instantly like, "Okay, I think I've found a game for me. Like, I want to play this more often now." I think that's one of the genius things about it is like we've kind of been saying all along is that anyone can just pick it up and give it a bash. But I don't think it's there to replace a Metal Gear Solid or a Call of Duty or a Last of Us.
No, it's its own entity, isn't it?
Yeah. So then, guys, I'm a big fan of it. I think it's brilliant. So I would say I would rate it. What do you guys think?
Well, like I said, it's one of those. It's a you love to hate, or you love to hate, but you love this game. Like, what's slightly more annoying is coming off the back of Metal Gear Solid, where I got a clean sweep. I kind of know exactly where this one's going as well. So as much as it really, really annoys me and makes me red in the face most of the time, I definitely am going to say that I rate it.
Is that the first time Josh has rated something?
I think it actually. that wasn't mine. I think.
Yeah.
8 episodes in.
We finally done it, lads. It only took 8 episodes.
Oh wait, 7. Sorry, 7.
7 episodes, yeah.
But I didn't say I strongly rated it. I just said I rated it.
Go on then, Kai.
My thought is that it's a great game. I was just chatting shit, if I'm honest with you, to spark a bit more of a conversation that was deeper than, it was colourful.
Man, you're obsessed with the colours in this game.
Mate, this is what I was going to say, is like, the colours drew me in. I'm like, and I loved it. Like, I thought it was great. It's good fun. It's infuriating. I rate it.
Right then, Ben.
Yeah, I'm not going to, string this out any further than it has to be. I rated it as well. Like, you've got the clean sweep, Tom. I'm keeping this on my Switch. I'm going to keep playing it until I get that elusive frigging crown. And then I'll probably delete it, but I will keep it until then. So, yeah, rate it.
Well, there you go.
First time we all agree that we like something.
Nah, Metal Gear Solid last week.
That's true. All right, this is the first time Josh has rated something. So
that wasn't my own choice.
That wasn't his own choice, yeah. So I'm going to put that at the top of my CV.
Didn't we all rate Ghost Adventures?
Nah, you invented. Tom couldn't.
Oh, okay.
Chimp Empire, I didn't rate either.
We all know, right? Okay, we haven't mentioned Chimp Empire in this whole episode.
There you go, the obligatory mention.
Right then, Ben, it's your turn.
Okay, we are going back into the realm of watching and we are going back into the realm of what I consider to be comedy. So it's a risky genre for me to set. However, I'm going to go for the Channel 4 series Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, which is a 2004 sort of horror parody show which launched the careers of Richard Ayoade, Matt Berry, Matthew Holness, Julian Barrett, Stephen Merchant, etc. It's mental, but I don't want to say too much more. I'll just let you watch it and see what you think when we next get together.
Sick.
Tom has obviously already seen it. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, I think I may have seen a clip of it and gone, fuck this.
You have to go into it knowing that it's a massive parody. But I would just ask that you go into it with an open mind and just try and get your head around it. That's all I'll say.
Next time on the Rate That podcast, they've gone out of their way to make it look really, really shit.
We could be on for a good one here.
For episode 1, I did right. I think I might like this.
You can't compare them.
I know you can't.
One's shit and one's great.
Well, I don't know. I'm never suggesting comedy ever again.
I think we know where the ratings are going in this episode.